Hello, guys! Welcome to my channel, Journey to the World of Fairy Tales. Here is this week's tale Jack and the Beanstalk. Come on, then, let's get started right away. Once upon a time, Jack and his mother lived together and happily on a farm in a town of a distant country. They were not very wealthy. How would they make a living? Let me put it this way. They had a cow. Her name was Rosie. They would milk Rosie, collect her milk. Then where would Jack go? He would go to town and sell this milk. With the money they earned there, they bought food or seeds, sow wheat, and ate them. And in this way, they continue to earn a living. Rosie was very, very important to them. One day, Jack's mother, Jack, we have a problem. Rosie has been sick for 2 days. I guess she doesn't give milk. Whatever I do, what shall I do? I don't know what to do. And Jack replied, Mom, if we sell Rosie, can we make money? Maybe instead we can go and buy something with this money, or we can plant it, we can make money another way. His mother said, yes. Then I assign you a task. Get Rosie a cow and go to town and sell here, there. By the way, I want to say something. Is anything only derived from cow's milk? Of course, we can benefit from lots of cow's products. Its flesh, milk, skin, isn't it? We can take advantage of many things. Jack took the cow, and where is he headed? Of course, he's headed towards town and gone for a long, long time. By the way, Jack is very upset because Rosie has been with them for years, and anyway, while on the way to town, somebody appeared before him. A man he didn't know before. He had not met before on the road. Beard man, the man approached Jack and say, excuse me, I wonder if you know the way to town. I'm going into town. I don't know you. You are new here? Yes, I came to buy a cow. A cow? Really? We have a cow named Rosie, as you can see, but she no longer gives milk. That's why I want to sell her. I can sell her to you if you want. The man said with excitement, oh, it would be great. Then I don't need to go town. Sell me this cow. Well, what are you going to give in return? What am I going to give? I can give you a seed, bean seeds. I don't understand. Are you just going to give me a bean seed? But don't worry, the bean seed is very important. I'll give you one of these. Jack tries to believe the man, but he wouldn't prefer a bean to a cow. Does a bean pay for a cow? The man said to him, look, your name was Jack, right? Jack, this is a magic bean. You will plant this, then you're not gonna believe what happened. Since Jack doesn't know how much money he will make anyway, he finally accepts it and returns home. When he comes back with a bean in his hand, he tells about what happened to his mother, and she goes crazy. What have you done? How could you make such a mistake? Is a cow given for a bean? What will we do? We are starving now. We have nothing left to do. Anyway, his mother is so angry that he takes that bean grain and throws it to the window you have seen behind me. And, of course, the bean kernel falls on these grasses. Jack goes to bed in the evening, and by the way, the bean this man is talking about is indeed a magic bean. The bean kernel suddenly started growing like this. Later, it gets a little bigger. When Jack wakes up in the morning, he looks out the window, and guys, he suddenly can't believe what's seeing. What is this? I can't believe my eyes. A huge pole. This beanstalk like a giant to the heavens. Of course, he is very curious about it. Let me even show you this. Jack looks like this. Wow, I wonder what's on top of this. And of course, he succumps to curiosity and begins to climb upward. He climbs, and keep climbing, and all the way to the top. He climbs. After climbing, he sees such a place in the skies at the top. What a beautiful place. What a beautiful palace. I wonder who lives here, he begins to think. Curiously, he comes right up the door of the palace and checks if anybody is around. And meanwhile, this is the voice of a woman. Actually, this is the house of the giant and giant wife. The giant is not in the house. His wife is there and she's cooking. She sees Jack and invites him inside. Jack walks. Oh, my son, are you hungry? Yes, I'm very hungry. Well, come on and then I'll give you some food, but I have a request from you. When my husband comes here, he shouldn't see you because he doesn't like children. My husband hates children. He smells them, so he should never see you. When Jack hears the word to eat, he immediately walks in, of course. This is a magnificent place, wonderful. The good-hearted giant immediately gives him food, of course. Jack eats them with pleasure, and suddenly the other giant's footsteps are heard, and Jack begins to get scared. Hide! Immediately hide! He won't see you. Please hide now. Jack immediately hides somewhere. So, what is this giant like? The giant is just... It's terrible. Jack hides right away. The giant asks his wife to eat and then says, I'm very tired before going to bed. Look at the gold I brought today. Jack looks at them too. There are gold. There are lots of gold like that. Jack thinks by himself, oh, if I take this gold, my mother will be very happy. The way we will no longer have a monetary problem. And when the giant sleeps, what does Jack do by instead? He takes the gold and runs away with them. He runs away and comes to the beanstalk. In the meantime, he quickly descends from the stalk and rushes home. When he entered the house, he said to his mother, Mom, I'm so happy. It's an incredible thing has happened. What happened? He tells him all that happened. His mother says, what? I don't understand. Did you steal? Jack, look at me, son. Did I teach you such a thing? Stealing or robbing someone else is not right. But Mom, the giant is also a thief. He also stole it from someone else. Please, Jack, I don't want to hear anything like that again. And we don't know what's going on the stock. I don't want you to go there again. But will Jack follow his mother's words? Of course, after a while, he misbehaves and doesn't keep his promise and goes there again. A while passes like this, guys, and how long does it pass? Until the coins run out. Jack and mother consume all the gold and they go hungry again, unfortunately. And one day Jack can't stand again, and what does he do? Oh, I wonder what's going on upstairs. Thinking like this, Jack immediately begins to climb the beanstalk. He climbs, he comes to the giant's house again, and he enters. The giant's wife is there again, and when she sees Jack, look, my husband definitely shouldn't hear you come. You have to hide away. Boom, boom, such voices are heard. Jack recognizes the voice and immediately hides, and the giant comes. What am I going to do with this chicken? Am I cooking for you? No, never. This is very special chicken. Look, now watch. Give me an egg. All of a sudden, the chicken lays a golden egg. Let's look it within an egg. One more. Jack was crazy when he sees this. He wants to get this chicken. So, what does Jack do, guys? When everyone is asleep, Jack doesn't settle down again, sneaking up the chicken and rushing to the beanstalk. He goes down the stalk and comes home immediately. And he says to his mother, Mother, we will never have a problem with money anymore because I found the chicken laying golden eggs. His mother is very angry. Jack, you don't have to take someone else's property. How many times do I tell you? This is wrong. You have to earn your own money. Yes, we both have no money, so we both have to work. Look, let this be the end. I never forgive you again. Jack and his mother are very happy now. They live in a wealthy. The golden egg lays one gold every day. He has no worries about money anymore. But of course, the situation bothers Jack. He wonders again, I wonder what's up there? What's going on? Jack doesn't sit still, and what does he do? One day he cannot stand again and climbs up again. He asks himself, what's going on? He climbs up to the beanstalk and enters this palace again. this time, there is nobody at home. He enters the house, look at the house, there is nobody. This time, husband and wife come together. You know what the giant has in hand this time? A harp. But this is a magic harp. What kind of harp it is? When you say play to the harp starts talking, singing, and playing music. Isn't Jake impressed by this? Of course he's impressed. He thinks this must be mine. Once the feeling has gotten into him, he cannot give up. It's very, very bad. At night, when they're asleep, Jake takes the harp, and what happens when he's run away? The harp is magic, right? Doesn't it talk? So the harp starts to shout, "Help! Help, giant! Wake up! Wake up! They are stealing me! There's a thief! Help! Help!" Suddenly, the giant rises, and Jack's terrified. The harp is in his hand and starts to run with all his might. He immediately runs away from there and tries to run down, but he's very scared. "Help! The giant is coming! The giant is coming! Mother, help me! Mom, take the axe, please, and cut this beanstalk! Mom, help me! Help me!" His mother doesn't understand what's going on. Jack goes down all the way. His mother starts to cut the stalk with such an axe in hand. Jack, Mom, cut it faster. He goes down, continues to scream, and his mother cuts the stalk. When he comes to down, and the stalk splits in half. Jack has descended, but since the giant is caught in the middle of the stalk, he falls, and they are now freed from him. Jack comes with a harp when his mother sees him. "What have you done?" "Mom, I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself again, but I promise I will not do it again. You saved my life. Thank you so much." Of course, the giant's gone, and Jack and his mother are happy. The beanstalk is gone, and the problem is over. But do you know what happens this time? Jack has stolen 3 times as a result. He has very important conversation with his mother, and Jack promises to never do anything like that again. Now, they have a golden egg-laying hen and a beautiful harp in their home, a harp where they can listen singing music. You know what happens in the end. Jack keeps his promise. He immediately finds a job for himself, and it works regularly, bringing home money every month. They also use money received from the hen, of course. But Jack never steals again and really works and brings some money every month. Thus, he also captured the heart of his mother, and we have come to the end of the fairy tale this week. See you in a different tale next week. If you like it, please don't forget to subscribe. See you soon. Goodbye.